What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Can you believe December is flying right now? We are in the fifth? If this is the fifth? The sixth already, right? So, wow, the 6th of December. Holidays is upon us. Happy. I hope everybody had a beautiful Thanksgiving. We'll ask Al how his Thanksgiving was. With that being said, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster, and my co-host, Assemblyman Al Taylor. And this is Real Talk with Assemblyman Al Taylor. And we just want to let you know, we hope you had a wonderful weekend. There are so many things going on. Al will fill you in on a lot of things, but just to keep you abreast of what's happening since the last time we've spoken, Ahmaud Arbery, his killers were found guilty. Wittenhouse, he got off. There's still crime just all over the world, not just New York, but it's just all over the world. We have a mayor-elect, Eric Adams for New York. Other things that's happening. I think we have another black mayor or governor for another place. With that being said, the first Monday of the month, we have Assemblyman Al Taylor. The second Monday of the month, we have Dr. Marilyn Corder. The third Monday of the month, we have the First Lady of Def Jam, Allison Williams. And the fourth Monday of the month, we have Pastor Kevin Graves. And during Wednesdays and Wednesdays, we have Kevin Branzetti and Chuck Richards, and we talk police changing and things and how do we better work with police reform. Not the funding, but reform. Yes. Tonight's show is sponsored by Soft Illusions Art Gallery. I'm proud to show that because the co-owner is sitting behind me.
Thank you.
So if calendars, artwork, if you could see some on the wall, anything that if this abstract art, if there's something that suits your taste, great giveaways for the holiday. You'll probably get them to them before Christmas. With that being said and saying all of that, let me bring in my partner tonight, Assemblyman Al Taylor. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm sorry we left out one critical piece of information. How do we obtain one of those calendars if we're interested?
Softillusions.net. Thanks, Al.
Softillusions.net. Softillusions.net, everybody. Nope. That's what we are. Softillusions.net. I will make sure I'll give that disclaimer on during the whole night. Hey, Stefania, what's going on? Happy holidays. Pep, what's going on? William Johnson, what's up, everybody? How are everybody doing tonight? We appreciate you all chiming in. If you're watching from YouTube, subscribe to it, share it, tell a friend. This is the only place where you're going to get this kind of real organic talk. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, please share it. We appreciate the love and stuff like that. So with that being said and saying all of that, this is Real Talk Chronicles, everybody. And thank you for chiming in with us.
Stop by. My co-host, Bill Foster, right here in the space. Listen, you all, we're sitting in the right place, and this is...
Uh-oh, you froze on us.
Some help up in here. Am I live now?
Yes, go. Keep going, brother. You're freezing on me now. All of a sudden, you froze.
Why are you freezing? Why are you freezing?
Uh-oh, can you hear me, though?
We got you now. We got you.
Okay, go ahead. Tell them.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Assemblymember Rodneyce Bouchard Hermlin. I'm also the Democratic Party chair of Brooklyn. And Brooklyn's in the house. I'm really happy to be
in
here.
The house.
Haitian.
Yes. Haitian. Ça passe. Yes. But I'm happy to be here with my colleague.
Bless you.
Reverend Al.
Tell them what you hope to accomplish and what you want to bring home in this legislative session coming up.
Well, I'm always about economic and equity justice. So I'm hoping that we bring more resources, more funding into our community. I'm also a big advocate of making sure that the immigrant community gets their fair share. Many of them who have been working in our communities have not been able to reap the benefits of unemployment, insurance, and so forth. So we're hoping that we increase the excluded workers funds. We are hoping to look to pass more legislation that address Black maternal care. We are also looking to make sure that we have more minority women business enterprises get more government contracts. So there's everything around equity as it relates to our people.
Well, speaking of our people,
And that's a beautiful thing. And thank you for joining us tonight. You know, it's so funny that I just want to ask you a question. If you can give a little inspirational statement on this or speech. People, due to our past president in the past, has just lost a lot of faith in politics. Right now, even up to this administration, with certain things that's happening with the border and other things. I mean, not the border, but just things that are just happening across the world. And this vaccine thing is just out of control. And they're blaming a lot of things on this administration. We know how that goes. But that being said, what advice or what kind of motivation would you still give your constituents or just people, the listening audience, to stay positive and still stay in connection with their elected officials?
I would say that, look, politics have changed tremendously. We do have people that they can.
Uh-oh, you froze. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes,
We as elected officials, Al.
Oh, I keep freezing. Everybody, it's all right. We got them. They're up in Albany and they're doing their thing, so it's all right. We'll deal with the freeze tonight. We'll expect the freeze. When they come back, we will be right here and we'll have one of them questions. If you have any questions for any of the people that will be coming on tonight, please write them in. Ask.
Yeah.
It is what it is. This is Real Talk Chronicles. This is the only place where you're going to get this kind of.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, we got you. Go ahead, Al.
We're gonna come off the camera because you can hear. She's gonna close up because she's gotta
I gotta get some food. But I just want to say that, look, the face of politics have changed tremendously. We are now electing more and more people who looks like us. Al and I are considered people politician. We are grassroots. We're about the community. We're about amplifying the voices of the unheard, of the voiceless, people who have been disenfranchised. We are their representatives. And so we're going to keep fighting the fight. We ask all of you, please do not lose faith in us, but pray for us, okay?
Linda.
Pray for us. We look forward to continue battling the issues with the pandemic. We look to battling the issues around unemployment and homelessness and housing. We look to continue battling the issues around health equity, education equity, all the things that we've been fighting for years. We're going to continue to fight. So I just want to say, please keep faith. God bless you.
Thank you.
Needs to be short, Herman. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Happy holidays to you.
And she's one of 69 women in the combined House of the Senate and the Assembly.
Wow.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey, listen, we're rocking and rolling, and my good friend from the West Side coming up. I'm gonna try to give you some camera love, but if I can't, I want you to know we have Linda Rosenthal, West Side Assemblywoman, bringing it right here. West Side, y'all can't see her at this moment. We may lose you if it freezes. Linda, there we go, right here. Tell them who you are, what you do, and what you hope to accomplish this year.
Okay. Hi, I'm Assemblymember.
Go ahead. Al, you're probably going to have to go back and go off. As long as we see her face, we got to see.
Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, you can hear her.
We can hear it. We can hear it. Go ahead.
So should I talk?
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I'll start again. I'm Linda Rosenthal. I'm Assembly member representing the Upper West Side and parts of Hell's Kitchen. I've been in office since 2006. I'm chair of the Committee on Social Services. And before that, I was chair of the Committee on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. So I'm still involved in that space and now broader social services, dealing with homelessness, dealing with public assistance and SNAP and all the things that people need to survive in New York City and New York State.
She's amazing. How does it feel to be one of 69 women in the state in the Assembly?
Oh, it is amazing. And it's been quite a change over the years. When I got here, there was one woman out of 12 Assembly members in Manhattan. So then there were 2 out of 12. And now it's half and half. So that's perfect. That's perfect.
Wow.
This is
That's
Bill
awesome.
Foster, the co-host. Welcome to Real Talk. And he probably hit you with a question or two before you get out of the seat.
Okay.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you for your service. While you're up there, what are you hoping to accomplish?
Oh my goodness. Well, I like to pass a lot of bills, and I usually
And she does. She's like the number one.
nah, not one.
Oh, you number two?
I don't know. I'm up there, but work
One or
hard.
two, son. I'm telling you.
I mean, we have to address the housing crisis for people who are homeless and have mental illness issues, as well as people who have substance use disorder. So
Yes.
that's like within the realm of my committee, and there's a lot of work to do. And people say this, but it's really true. During COVID, you couldn't ignore anymore who's homeless, who has needs, because everyone saw it. You saw the people on the street. You saw the lines at the food pantry go around the block.
Yes.
And so now that we see the magnitude of the problem, it's on us to try to fix it. And that's part of what I aim to do.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much. I appreciate you joining us. I
All right.
apologize. I can't control the visual, but we can definitely keep the audio going. So we'll give people a pop of who it is. Tell them what your district represents. What areas from where to where
Okay.
and what to what.
So my district goes from 93rd Street to 41st Street. It goes to the river, and then when it goes east, it goes to Central Park West up to a certain point, up to 81st, and then
Okay.
someone else. And so it's a little bit gerrymandered, but
A little bit.
I just say Upper West. It has Museum of Natural History, Lincoln Center, Alvin Ailey Dance Company
Yes.
in my district.
Yes.
So it has some great schools, Riverside Park, Central Park, and the West Side used to be known as like red diaper territory, meaning the babies were born into the
Yes.
left.
Yeah.
And it's gotten less so as people have passed away, and as more wealthy people have moved in. Actually,
Yes. Gentrification has come a long way. I'm still a Harlemite, but I know that West Side Highway very well. Let me ask you a question. Not to keep you too long, but I just want to ask you a question.
Sure.
The current mayor, has mandated a certain vaccine for, I think, is it small employers or small businesses? I'm an advocate for the vaccine, of course. I've taken it myself. But what do you tell the business owners in your district? What kind of motivation do you give them to stay positive so we can go forward and get out of this? Either to take it, or what any suggestions do you have?
Well, I think I try to point out how many people have died across the world,
Right.
and how we are going to be stuck in a COVID cycle forever if the people who are not vaccinated don't step up and abandon their thoughts that are not based in science and fact. And someone's mother, I just heard, a friend of mine just died of COVID. People are dying still of COVID. It's not gone away. And we all have to, not for a while, we all have to work together to proceed. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck like this. And
Listen, thank you, Linda Rosenthal.
All right.
West Side,
You,
I
Linda.
apologize. I got to pull that plug. I got
Oh,
3
my
state
goodness.
legislators waiting in the wing.
All
That's
right.
all right. Thank you, Linda. You're always welcome back. Thank you.
All right.
And we'll
Thank
do a
you.
follow-up when we come back next month.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you. All righty, folks. We are Real Talk. It's really, really going down. The
Good.
folks are showing up, and we have, sir, every bit of less than 3 minutes in your time.
Once you introduce them, Al, if you can hear me, then you can go off mic. Just introduce them so everybody can see the face. There you go. Show them the face and then introduce them. Yeah, good. That's a good one.
My name is Chris Burdick, and I am a member of the State Assembly representing what's called the 93rd Assembly District, and that's in Westchester County. We're about 40 miles from Midtown Manhattan, but we also have Mount Kisco and about half of White Plains, and so it's generally an affluent district, but with pockets of poverty. And I have to tell you that one of the things that I really want to accomplish is make sure that we're taking care of the people most in need. I was one of the strongest advocates in my delegation of Westchester County for the Excluded Workers Fund. That's run out of money. We need more money for it because those are people who have, worked and done work that other people wouldn't work. And that money is going right back into the economy. It's one of the best things for those from a human standpoint, but also for the economy. I'm also working on some legislation to improve employment opportunities for people with disabilities. And one of the things that has absolutely amazed me is when you start talking about the problems of people with disabilities, you find just how many people are directly affected because it's a son or it's a niece or a neighbor that they know well, and just the incredible problems that they go through. Right now, the services that are provided from the state are all
everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles.
So in any event, I want to thank you all for the opportunity to say hello.
And how long have you been serving?
I just got elected last November, and so I'm finishing up on my first year.
And the Excluded Workers Fund was $2.1 billion, which was a drop in a bucket when you talk about the nearly $80 billion that New York State shoveled out everywhere else to people that couldn't get a nickel, a dime, or a sandwich anywhere. I just wanted to drive that point home because those are the people that you see on their bikes. Those are the people that were ringing your bells. Those are the people that were doing things when no one wanted to breathe loud in New York City. So thank you for your work. We look forward to continue working
thank
together.
You so much.
And have a great time.
And it's great to see you.
Thank you.
All right.
You. Appreciate
it. Hey, listen, folks, we're moving in.
Keep them coming and moving them as much as you want, Al. Everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster, with my co-host, Assemblyman Al Taylor. And we have somebody else coming up.
Wait a minute. We're going to slide you over a little bit because we're only going to have a quick moment where you get to say who you are. Well, you can say who you are. Tell us who you are, what you represent, what you hope to accomplish. And I'm going to show him as soon as look at that beautiful young man right there. Not me, y'all. Him. Hold up. Wait a minute. Look at it. He got a Colgate smile.
Awesome. And it's so funny. Once you move that one time to the right or the left of you, it changes the whole dynamic. So thank you.
It does. We work here.
No, go ahead. So go ahead, Al. Take over.
Sure. My name is John Rivera. I represent the far west part of the New York State. I'm in Buffalo, New York. Represent Buffalo, Hamburg, and Lackawanna. Been in the assembly now all of 11 months, almost a year, and excited to work with Al every time I can.
Bless you.
And there's a lot to do this year. We had a lot of issues come up last year, but we made a lot of ground despite a lot of things holding us back and slowing us down. But we did a lot, and we're proud of the things that we did last year, and we're going to build on it. Everything from reform that has to, things that need to be addressed in the criminal justice system to things that are affecting us with climate change to housing. This is New York State, and we got to lead not just in our district, but truthfully in our country. So we're apt to take on big challenges, and we're going to do it.
Not to put you on the spot, what's that one thing that you love and it keeps you up at night because you can't wait to go through the door in January and say, this is my signature. If I don't get anything else accomplished this year, I'm going to be the pit bull holding on to that to get it across the line. What would that be? No pressure.
I would say Buffalo, my city, has the oldest housing stock in the country. And what it's led to be is a severe problem with lead poisoning in children. And last year I was able to pass 2 bills that have to do with lead poisoning to try to address this, because this is something we could eradicate in our lifetime, really, if we just address it full on. It's affecting our children. It's affecting them throughout the rest of their lives, especially low-income people, especially people of color. So, we're working together to do a lot in the Assembly and the Senate, and we're just going to have to bring it home.
There it is.
Let me ask one question before he goes now. Where is the lead? Where are you finding the most concentration of the lead poisoning? Is it in housing? Is it in school?
Sure. Yeah. So in a lot of older cities like Buffalo, so Michigan, all over the Northeast, you'll find lead problems in plumbing, especially where there's old structures, right? Old buildings, old schools, old houses. But what's unique about Buffalo is that there really hasn't been the kind of demolitions that other cities have had. So what we've found is that in the paint in our houses that just keep on getting recycled. So family lives in a house for a couple years, they never, the lead is never addressed. Another family comes in, then another family, and even though we haven't produced lead paint in this country since the 70s or the late 60s, it's still an epidemic because we're not addressing it. So yes, we're finding it most often in homes, passing on from tenant to tenant.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
problem.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, listen, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We got one more in the wing. Bless you and enjoy your evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're rolling Mr. Anderson. Folks, y'all got to see this guy. You got to see him. I'm going to wait for it. Okay, he's just taking a seat. This is.
Show his face when you get a chance. Show his face, and then you can come off. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Kahlil Anderson, and I'm blessed to represent the beautiful, beautiful 31st Assembly District in Southeast Queens. 25 years old, blessed to be the youngest African American ever elected to the New York State Assembly in the history of this body. And it gives me a great honor and privilege to be a fighter and a champion for issues that impact young people all across the state of New York, that impact our families all across the state of New York, and impact various marginalized groups all across the state of New York. It's a blessing to represent the 31st District, which includes Rosedale, which includes JFK Airport, it includes Springfield Gardens, South Ozone Park, and my hometown of the beautiful, beautiful Rockaway Plains.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
So Brother Bill, let me throw this back at you. You raised the question with our first legislator, our first guest, about the young folks and the disconnect. How would you, when you got the youngest guy in the history of the New York State Legislature to be elected, I guess the question, I'm raising it to you, but it probably should go to him. How did you do it, and how do you get the folks on the street to step into that space to believe that they can be a voice and be transformative?
You have to, and thank you for that, Al. I really appreciate the question. One of the things that's lacking from politics and from this political space is a sense of hope, a sense of delivery as well. These are two things that are lacking from politics. People have no hope that their conditions will change, and politicians elected are not delivering in the way that they should be, in a way that will directly impact the lives of individuals, whether they're 20, 25, 42, or 98. And so we really, really have to work to be a space where we're delivering that hope, where we're delivering that transparency, but most importantly, bringing bacon, and I don't eat pork, so I don't eat pork, home to our districts in a real and meaningful way. We need to fight to make sure that systemic change is happening in the systems that have failed our young Black boys, young Black women, brown boys, etc. Minorities, very important. But I say Black first because we are always doubly hit down and doubly targeted by systemic racism, which is so important. So I got here by selling a message of hope, a message of unity, a message of newness, a message of bringing people that are politically, geographically, and socially divided together around the issues that impact all of us, all of our neighbors, all of our families, all of our children. So it's so important.
What is the issue? What's your, I'm going to use an analogy, what's that pit bull moment where you got to put your teeth into something and you won't let it go till we get into July? What is that something?
My pit bull issue this session, because I'm learning that all of the issues are important, but you have to narrow down and prioritize the things that will bring the most home to your district. And I would say the two things that are going to be my pit bull issues going into the next legislative sessions is gun violence and making sure we address it in a meaningful way, and food apartheid. A lot of our, and no one talks about this, but a lot of our communities, Brother Bill, are food insovereign. Right? These are communities that don't have access to food readily available. When I talk about food, I mean quality food.
Absolutely.
I mean fruits, vegetables, things that will help nourish our body. We have the highest ratio of delis to supermarkets in our communities than any other communities across the state of New York. That means it's harder for us to get a good onion. It's harder for us to get an apple. Food apartheid means that our communities are systemically, Bill, shut out from access to food, and we have to change that. So those are my two big issues. Because one, we need better access to food, and we need to hold food manufacturers accountable for pillaging our community in this respect. And secondly, we have to ensure that gun violence is eradicated from our communities.
Let me throw this out there.
I don't want to bury another 10-year-old war.
Absolutely.
Let me ask this question. I know you've been long, and I thank you for your generosity, and your dinner's getting cold. What would it look like, or how? Speak to this. You have a laser focus on what you want to accomplish, where you're coming from, but how do you accomplish that with people that don't look like you, don't walk like you, don't talk like you, in the same party, and those on the other side?
And it's so important. I'm glad that you bring that up, because it's about appealing to people's sense of people, right? Getting them to understand how if we fix this, yes, it might not directly impact you, but it improves the quality of life of the entire state. Therefore, it will come back as an impact. So definitely directly going to people's strengths, their heartstrings, and tugging at those strings and saying, look, listen, this is an investment not just for my district and districts like mine across the state of New York, but it's also making sure that we can correct some of these issues holistically.
Hence, as a state legislator, we're here to take care of the whole body. We're doing the people's work. I want to thank you for what you're doing. I want to applaud you for stepping into this space. And
thank you. And you're always welcome back. You're always welcome back during the course of the new year.
Bill Foster, don't talk about it, be about it. Real
That's
talk,
right.
baby.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much,
All
man.
right.
Much love. Keep my dinner warm.
There we go.
Hey, folks, why don't you come over here, grab a seat right here. Folks, this seat is hotter than 4th of July in South Kakalaki. And right now, if you can see me, you are looking at the one and only Chantel Jackson, mama of a five-month-old TJ, my main man, Uncle Al, for TJ. Listen, I want you to tell them who you are, where you come from, what you represent, what you hope to aspire to do in this legislative session, and tell us why and how you feel as one of the 69 women in this body of legislators, but also a mama.
All right, now. That was a lie. I'm in a SPED program, so you got to do one question at a time for me. You are listening to the voice of Assemblymember Chantel Jackson, representing the South Bronx,
South Bronx,
the 79th district. But I come from Harlem, baby. Harlem,
We Harlem in here.
Harlem for life. But yes, I represent the South Bronx. And this is my first year as a legislature, and I must say I'm having a great time. I was able to pass, I think, 7 bills, co-sponsored well over 200 bills. And next year, my focus is going to be on wellness, criminal justice, and my favorite bill, because I am a new mama, is getting our New York insurance to pay for lactation consultants, because we know that babies have better development when they are breastfed, and breastfeeding is not easy. Okay. And lactation consultants are necessary in order to teach you how to properly breastfeed your children. And right now, you have to pay out of pocket. Guess what? Poor people ain't paying out of pocket. So we want to make sure insurance is covering that. So that's one of my favorite bills to pass. And it's a wealth. It's a lot of stuff I want to do next year.
So what'd you say, Bill?
I was going to ask her a question. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, you being whom you are, we know crime is just off the chain in New York City right now. And I'm just going to ask you one question, and then Al can ask you another one. But coming into the new administration, the new mayor coming in, the mayor-elect, if you could say one thing to him, or the first thing on your list, because you mentioned crime, what would be the thing that you would want to work with him on, and how to kind of stifle crime or bring it down just a little?
So great question. What I'll say is this: crime goes up when unemployment goes up. Okay. I can't say it's causation, but correlation is there. So Absolutely. We need people to be employed. We need social services. We need jobs for our kids. We need our community schools open. We need our community centers open. So community schools is one thing, community centers is another. We need them open 24 hours so our kids have somewhere to go, something to do. Mentors like my brother Al Taylor here and Bill right here. We need the Black men to be employed to help our young people. We got to stay in our neighborhoods and make sure that we provide services, provide jobs, and that's how we do this thing.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Al, if you have a question for the sister.
Oh yeah, no question. I got two, but I'm gonna go with three. Listen, as a single, I'm gonna say single mother, but as a new mother,
Oh yeah, I ain't
and you're
single
here,
child.
no question, no question. I'm trying to steal TJ, everybody.
Yeah.
As a mother, she's unavailable. She's not on the list.
I'm not
folks.
on the list.
She's not in the market. But TJ is so adorable, man. TJ and I hung out last week in Atlanta at one of the conferences. People came by and said, "Well, Al, you know." They didn't know me. They said, "That's a beautiful baby y'all have."
Right.
I said, "Stop the press." This is my colleague in the New York State legislative
And we
body,
take care of each
and
other.
we all take care of each other.
Right.
And so the other brother, when they saw him somewhere else, they thought it was his baby because we love each other and we
Amen.
take care. So as a young mother in this body and coming out of the South Bronx, what will you say to those young mothers that sometimes feel like they're overwhelmed and they can't get ahead? And everywhere I see you, I see TJ.
Amen. So first I say Jesus,
Jesus.
because you gotta have
Jesus,
faith.
take the wheel, right? Take the wheel.
Take
Jesus.
all the wheels, amen. But seriously, I was even younger, mom, because my daughter, I had my daughter, she's 19 right now. I had my daughter when I was 18 years old. So what I say is, don't let anything stop you. You can accomplish every goal. You can see every dream come to pass. Don't let it stop you, because what I do is I move out on faith. I take my son when I can't get childcare, which I don't even want right now. I love my son being around me. I grab him and I go. I don't make any excuses. I just keep going. When my daughter and I was in college when I had her, she would go to classes with me. My son comes to the chambers with me. So I am a working mom. I take my children everywhere. And guess what? They're so well behaved because they know in these spaces, you can't just be acting out. So for me, it's really important for my children to see what I do and strive to be even better than who I am. So keep going, keep the faith. Don't give up not one dream just because you're a parent. You accomplish everything because your kids are watching.
Awesome.
Amen.
You are always welcome back to Real Talk Chronicles, sister.
Bill, I appreciate you, brother.
Thank
Just
you.
for the word out there, you have some of the best legislators who are babysitters here. I am
Amen.
#1 babysitter here.
He's not lying.
I'm the one. Bring your kids. After 2, you got to take them. I can't run after them.
Needs a bad child. Needs a bad. That's that Harlem days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Assemblymember Chantel Jackson, thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. I love
Thank
y'all.
you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Upstairs with majority leader.
The sergeant of arms is saying, "Hey, do me a favor. Don't support me. Hey, can you bring my name?"
Everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Foster. We are with Assemblyman Al Taylor, my co-host, and he is in Albany with a whole bunch of legislators. And
I'm sorry, y'all. Thank
No.
you.
No, go ahead, Al, take over.
No, it's good. We don't have anybody right this moment. But listen, this is what it is. I'm a new fry here a little bit. This is my 4th year. We have so many new members and a lot of commitments. But at the end of the day, what I think I'm most encouraged by this is the number of young people that are in this space that are coming up out of these communities where people are saying violence is the menu. There's no way out. No, a lot of great things. I see my sister from Brooklyn coming in right now. She's chair of the Hispanic Task Force, and she just did one of the most amazing jobs down in Puerto Rico. So I'm saying all that to say that your people, our people that represent this state from the communities, they're young, they're vibrant, and they look like us. Right now, I see her walking by. Jump right here.
That's it. Get up.
So listen, I want you to say who you are, who you represent, where you're from, and then if the camera freezes, this is Bill Foster. Folks, you're listening to Real Talk. This is what we do the first Monday of every month. And if you didn't know, December is here. We're about to be in a new year, but we're doing it in a brand new way. I've got my sister, and upstairs, if you can hear the music, it says, "We are family." Hey, we are family. Listen, tell them who you are, what you're doing, and what you hope to acquire, and what you just did last month in November.
Ooh, that's a lot.
I'm good. How are you, sister? First and foremost, welcome to Real Talk Chronicles. You're always welcome back because I'm going to let you say what you have to say. And you're always welcome back in the future. I know you're a positive sister and a powerhouse. So just tell us who you are, what you represent, and then what would you like to be done? Okay?
Sure. So I am Assemblywoman Marissa Davila. I represent the 53rd District. It encompasses Bushwick and Williamsburg in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I'm also the chair of the Puerto Rican Hispanic Task Force.
Awesome.
Last year we were able to have Somos in Puerto Rico.
Good.
Well, this past November.
Yes.
Yes, and it was the biggest, most well-attended Somos in 40 years.
Wow.
I would like to say that I had something to do with that.
No.
lot.
Take credit for it. Take credit for it, because people won't give it to you, so you might as well take it.
She earned that one, baby. Look at the footage.
And we were able, I think 1,500 people registered to leave from New York City, from New York State. And we had people from Chicago, we had people from Florida, we had people from Connecticut. I mean, people came from everywhere to embrace the Latino community and to also ensure that we were putting Puerto Rico first and foremost. And as you have been made aware that Hurricane Maria, and Puerto Rico suffered a lot during that time.
Yes, very much so.
And then right after that, they got hit with over, I don't know how many earthquakes in the South, but they had over 300 tremors in 6 months. People were left without houses. They were sleeping out in the streets, and it was just tremendous.
Yes.
And then right after that, we had the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you that in Puerto Rico, unlike other places, they took control. They didn't have as many casualties because the majority of the people in Puerto Rico, all 95% were vaccinated. So they were able to take the spread and take control of it. But we went there to say, we're here. We're all together. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you're Puerto Rican. It doesn't matter if you're African American, if you're Asian. We have people from everywhere show up. And it was...
She froze for a minute, everybody. She'll be right back. This is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster, with my co-host, Assemblyman Taylor. And we have all these assembly legislators in the building right now, and they are doing their thing. Al, if you're still with me, go ahead. Let's bring the
check. She's back, y'all.
Good. Go ahead.
So we were able to generate a lot of revenue. Over 2,000 people flew from New York State to Puerto Rico. It was a tremendous weekend where we were able to, talk about what's going to happen this year. We were able to take 2 schools, convert them into community centers, because of course, in Puerto Rico, they closed over 500 schools. 500 schools in an island that, if you go from side to side, is only 4 hours from one point to the next. 500 schools were closed. So this tells you, Puerto Rican people, we've given a lot, but we at the same time have been treated, very poorly, and we're considered, Americans.
Yes. Let me ask you a question. How do you, or what would you like to do, or what would you suggest to the new administrations or any administration that you can talk to? How do you bring so much, bring respect back to the Puerto Rican community, the Latin community, the communities of color, so we can galvanize and become better people to move forward and learn knowledge of ourselves? And just what would your suggestions be? Because I heard the passion and I understand the passion of what you talked about with Puerto Rico, and we need to represent for Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? And the last administration wanted to throw paper towels.
Yes.
So disrespectful. So what would you like to do in the upcoming administration? How would you like to just bring knowledge to Puerto Rico and the Puerto Ricans in New York, the New York Ricans and Puerto Rico there? Like, what would you like to do going forward?
Okay, that's a really, really good question. And I have to say that I am a New York State legislator, right? So it has to start here in the state, right? And so what we have already done is galvanize the task force and we have had several meetings with the governor. We did the research. We have the numbers. In terms of 60 boards and the administration, we represent 1% of all of that. That is insane. Yes, we did the research. So we went to the table and we told them, we said it's 20% or nothing. If Hispanics as a whole are voting 30% throughout the entire state, you need to give us that respect. And we demand it. We're not asking you. We already worked for it.
Yes.
We're demanding it. You want the votes? You give us 20%.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's what we're saying. We're standing up and saying we need to be in every part of your conversation. We need to be at every table. And like Shirley Chisholm said, listen, if you don't invite me to the table, I'm gonna bring my own chair. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
it.
the way you do that.
That's what we do as New Yorkers.
That's
We
right.
come to the table.
That's
We
right.
from
If you don't
Brooklyn.
invite me, I'm gonna bring my own
Brooklyn's
chair.
in the house, you know.
That's right.
Definitely.
So we're already in conversation and doing what we need to do to ensure that any new governor that comes in, any new administration, whether it be the mayor or not, that you give us our respect. Period.
Thank you.
We've worked very hard. We need to start teaching more, more Latino culture in our schools as well.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
like black and brown people, we need
Yes.
to stick together, ensure that we're not wiped out, right? Like we're not anybody's, crony. We're here to stay.
Absolutely.
We're already in higher positions. We need to get the higher position, either brother or sister, in one of those government seats.
Yes.
And hopefully we will do that by putting the first attorney general that we're trying to push forward. That would be the Brooklyn District Attorney, Eric Gonzalez, to be the
Yes.
next attorney general. And with all of your help, we will do that.
Listen, I want to thank you for being here. She's so modest. She left out some stuff. I just want
And Al, always let her know she's always welcome to come back to Real Talk Chronicles.
all day long and twice on Sunday. So listen, one of the things I just want to put out there was that this conference that we attended in Somos in Puerto Rico, I can't roll it like they do it, but let me tell you this: there was work that took place. I mean, Sweat Equity went in. People went out and they worked day of give back. Honestly, and it continues all year round.
Yes.
I mean, the love and the support that came in. In one of the breakfast meetings that I was in, Bill, they raised almost $100,000 cash. I mean, it was like, you ever been one of them church programs and who got $5? Somebody jumped up and said, I got 20,000. Somebody said, I got 2,000. And it was spontaneous. And they were coming up to the front. And this is what they wanted to leave for the people that are there. The work and the role that my brothers and sisters have played on that state. It's a federal issue. Chuck Schumer was there. Everybody goes, every mayor.
Yes.
I mean, dead people get up and try to come there if they want to get reelected out of the crypt. But I'm saying it's real, and it's everybody loving on that community and out of that Caribbean culture that is there. And when we come together in Somos, we are one. And when we do that, it makes a big difference. I want to thank you for being here. Yo, one day, Bill, we got to walk her community. Yo, dude, she's the Bat Lady. I'll tell you why they call her the Bat Lady. I'm going to say it's Bat Lady. And I'm not talking about Batman and Robin Batman. I'm talking about
Al,
Bat.
we could take Real Talk Chronicles on the road. It's not a shame. It's not a game. We can take Real Talk Chronicles on the road.
We're going to walk with our brothers and sisters that are doing the work, and we're going to call out the ones that are not. Man, thank you so much for being with us, Bill.
Thank you.
Our co-host. This is
you.
called Real Talk. You're
Thank
listening to
Thank
that woman.
Thank you.
you.
I had to raise 3 children in the hood, Bill, by myself.
And don't ever get it twisted.
I'm with you. I know I'm still Harlem, Brooklyn, New York, stand up. Exactly. Be careful.
Much love, my
everybody.
sister. Appreciate you. Thank you for doing it.
Thank you
Exactly.
so much. Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Here we go. We got Christian people. Uh-oh.
Everybody
Listen, folks.
Okay.
Oh, my Lord. And y'all just got bumped. I apologize.
No, go, Al. Go.
No disrespect. No. Oh, okay. I thought somebody had a problem with the majority leader. Oh, okay.
Well, if they do, it's okay.
It's okay. We'll take care of
Let
that
me
later.
know what it is, then I'll handle it.
Hey,
There
listen,
you go. That's what's up.
folks, majority leader, Crystal PeoplesStokes. This is Bill Foster, my co-host.
How are you? How are you, everybody? Listen, this is Real Talk. We jumping, we rocking tonight, everybody. If you're not watching, it's a shame on you. Go ahead, Al. Continue.
Hi,
Go ahead.
Al. Can you
How
hear
are
me?
you? Nice to meet you.
I'm doing very well, brother. I hope
Good.
you're doing well also. This
Yes,
is the
I'm blessed,
season to
thank
be
you.
merry.
Yes.
For those
Happy
believers, we
holidays
know
to
that
you.
Jesus Christ was born around this time.
Yes.
There's nothing more merrier than knowing that our Savior was born. And we
Yes,
love around this time. And
Yes.
I love Jesus.
I
But
love him too.
right away, things we have to be mindful of in
Yes.
2021
Right.
is that we've got to protect ourselves.
Yes.
We've got to protect our people. We've got to encourage many of them to be vaccinated or to get regular tests to make sure that they have not been impacted by this horrific virus that's come upon not just America, but upon the world. It's
Absolutely.
incumbent upon us to bring people past this so we can get to the next steps of honoring God in a way that brings our communities forward in everything we do. Everything we do. Community and people first.
Folks, if you don't know Crystal PeoplesStokes, Google. You want to talk about the cannabis reform and the bill that was passed? She right here, y'all. You want to talk about a woman that talks loud and acts even louder to get the job done? Right here. I am so honored to have her here. She's been up since before the break of dawn, coming out of Buffalo to be here with us today. I know you only have a quick minute. What's one of the things, though, I don't want to put you in that spot because if she says one of the best things that she hopes to accomplish, then other people are going to look around like, where does that leave me? So we're not going to talk about what you hope to accomplish.
Because I think it's okay.
I won't put you on no spot.
It is no spot.
Okay.
But, you know, I am from the second largest city in the great state of New York. The city that, of very recent, decided that, you know, everybody's agenda is important, but we don't want to go socialist agenda quite yet.
Right.
We've watched the socialist agenda of public education fail our people, fail our children, and fail to deliver a community of people who have learned how to work and learned how to be citizens. We are not ready to say that everything should go socialist yet. That happened in Buffalo. So lastly, I want to say this is a real important issue. Two things. Nothing more important than environmental justice for Black people.
Okay.
Secondly, we absolutely must have equity in the cannabis industry. I did not fight this fight for 8 years to help people who are already capitalized come in and take advantage of the largest market in the world.
Absolutely.
I did that for the purposes of allowing Black people to have access to creating a stream of generational wealth that can be passed on to multiple generations behind them. Let's go. Let's make this happen. Let's make it a reality. I'm happy to work with you to make that happen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's amazing, y'all.
By the way, I love this guy, Al Taylor.
Oh,
Thank you. Well, you're always welcome back on our show. You're
You're
always welcome back.
Monday of every month, and we
You're
just
always
have
welcome
conversation. It's called Real Talk.
Okay, y'all call me. I got real talk.
Bless
I don't have nothing else. It's either prayer or real talk. What else is there?
And we need both, and they go hand in hand. They go hand in
They
hand.
do go hand in hand. There's nothing else.
Bless you.
All the rest of that don't matter.
Thank you so very much. Bless you. She's well, thank you. No, she's at the store. She's closing tonight. But she'll come. Bless you. I got you. Hey, folks, none other than the majority leader, Crystal PeoplesStokes. Nope, you can't jump the line. I got two people over there.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, we have coming. Listen, it's popping, y'all. It's popping. Come on over here. We have the only first ever elected Black man out of Staten Island. Folks, get a look at this guy right here. I can't get my camera up high enough. That's none other than Brother Charles Falls. Tell him who you are, where you from, what you hope to accomplish, and how old you are, and how long you've been in the game.
Excellent one. Thank you, Assemblymember Taylor,
Bless you,
for
thank
having
you.
me here and for your leadership. He's advocating very strongly for his community.
That's Brother Bill Foster right here, my co-host, and this is called Real Talk. And don't go down unless it's real.
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm
Do
keep it
your
real.
thing. Keep
I'm keep it real.
Keep it 100.
All right, so look, I represent the borough of Staten Island. I'm actually the first Black man to ever be elected from Staten Island to the state assembly. And, you know, part of my priorities focus on improving transportation, healthcare, and education in my neighborhood. This the area that I represent is where I grew up, which is an honor and a blessing. And so to be in this position, be in a position where I have a seat at the table to help bring resources to my community is incredible. And trying to do things also in a way where my daughters also see the importance of being involved and being involved, but also delivering. So whatever I could answer, I'm here to answer.
Brother Bill,
well, let me just first and say foremost, congratulations for you to be elected in Staten Island is phenomenal.
Everybody know that's wrong. Everybody.
So you get applause just because, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you out there. And if there's anything Real Talk Chronicles can do to help you achieve any goal that you have, Al is right there. Just let us know. With that being said, what would when the new administration comes into office, what would you like to work with the mayor on? Your first thing in within his 100 days, if you could work with him on anything, what would be the first thing you would like to work with him on?
Absolutely. So there's two major points here. One, our schools in my district are lacking sufficient amount of guidance counselors.
Yes.
Right now, many schools just only have one, and those one counselors are dedicated for students that have IEPs. So those are folks with the individualized education program, and we need more guidance counselors in schools. The next thing is focus on infrastructure related to the city. If you saw what happened related to Hurricane Ida, if you had a basement in my district, your basement was flooded. So just making sure that the city has a game plan related to how they're going to upgrade our infrastructure or the drainage system so we don't have any significant flooding as a result of what we saw from the last storm. Those are going to be my biggest 2 points going into next year for the next administration.
Got you. First, let me just say this too. You're always welcome back. Anytime you just want to come back on Real Talk Chronicles, you just let Al know. You can come back if there's something that you want to express about your community, about your district, about your borough. You are more than welcome to come back. This is Real Talk Chronicles. This is the platform where you get to say whatever you want to say.
Thank you so much, Mr. Foles. We appreciate it. The line is long. We got a couple of more. We got the hours getting late. Brother, my man, don't leave the place, man. I'll catch you in a little. I got to go get my food in a minute. Hey, listen, Real Talk, you've been listening to Brother Charles Fall, the first and only black man elected in Staten Island. And come on, we coming right up. I tell you, boys, hotter than popcorn. Here we go. Right here, everybody. Look at that guy right there. That's your east side. That is Harvey. I'm sorry, I can't call him Harvey. That's Assemblymember Harvey. Hey, listen, tell them who you are, where you from, what you represent, and what you hope to accomplish in this year. And if it freezes, you're gonna lose the screen anyway because it's freezing. So y'all know who he is.
So I'm Harvey Epstein, Assembly member, 74th District, Lower Manhattan, from Delancey North, going all the way up to north of the United Nations. And things that we're working on this year is we're trying to pass an accessory dwelling unit bill that allows the legalized basement apartments across the state. Could get us 200,000 new units of affordable housing. It's a really important piece of legislation. Trying to change the rules around immigrant bail bonds in New York for people who are detained and then put on bail. There's no ankle bracelet, there's no monitoring. We don't allow that for New York State. But people who are detained in federal immigration court who will end up being released in New York are sometimes have to pay for their own ankle monitoring. We need to stop that abusive practice in New York. Third big thing is ending the 24-hour work rule for home health care workers. Right now, people are required to work 24 hours, but only get paid for 13 out of those 24 hours. It's almost exclusively women of color in this industry, but we need to stop this practice, forcing women to work 24 hours and only paying them for 13. Those are really big efforts that I'm trying to get done early in this legislative session. And Assemblymember Taylor, been a friend, an ally, and a leader in the Assembly, and I continue to look forward to working with him as we move towards a more just New York.
Assemblymember Harvey, folks, listen, this is Real Talk, and it's Chronicle Real Talk with your host, Bill Foster, co-host Al Taylor. We're so glad to have you here, and I'm going to move out of the way because he may have a pressing question to ask you. We got 8 minutes on the clock, and we're going to take 2 steps to the rear and get up out of here.
Well, thank you for having us, and you're always welcome back. You said a lot of things, maybe going forward with the new administration coming in. What would be in the first 100 days? What would you like to work with him on if you got a chance to sit at the table, I know you will eventually, but if you could, what would be one of the first things that you would want him to work on for you?
Yeah, so I think on the accessory dwelling units, we lost 11 New Yorkers after Hurricane Ida because they were living in substandard basement apartments. We need to get a path to knowing where those apartments are and getting them to legalization, because we know hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers are living there. We just need to help them legalize those units to make them safe and affordable for the families that are there. We know those are mostly immigrant families as well. It's really getting the governor to lead this effort for our immigrant New Yorkers to find a path to legalize accessory dwelling units. I think that would be one of the main priorities, and the ending the 24-hour rule, like I mentioned. I don't know what industry in New York allows people to work 24 hours and only pays them for 13. It is an abusive practice that we wouldn't see our doctors, our nurses, our firefighters, our police officers force them to work but only pay them for 13 out of 24 hours. It's only women of color who are in this industry, and mostly immigrant women, that were forcing them to do this abusive behavior, forcing them to stay at work but not paying them. We need to change that. I know that costs money. It's going to be $1 billion of state and federal dollars, but we're stealing people's money, and we need to stop stealing their wages.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You're always welcome to come back. If you have any issues that you want to bring to the forefront, all you got to do is reach out to Al. This is the place, Real Talk Chronicles, where you can speak your truth, the power. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Harvey, thank you so much. You got a heart emoji from my chief of staff. I haven't gotten one yet, but I guess it's inappropriate. But you can get one. I don't know. I got to talk to HR about getting her some more money. But thank you so much. Listen, this is Real Talk Chronicles with Bill Foster, your co-host, Al Taylor. We want to thank Harvey for joining us, Assemblymember, and my colleague in government, hard worker, and the best is yet to come, folks. Thank you so much, Harvey.
Thank you, Al.
I appreciate you hanging around.
No problem.
All right.
All right, take care.
Yes, sir. Hey, folks, we just about out of folks. Up? No, we not. Hold up. Wait a minute. No, come on over here. Come on over here. Now, we talked about Caucus. And this is, and we're not going to be here long. Tell them who you are, where you represent, because that's going to freeze.
I'm Assemblywoman Solage. I represent the 22nd Assembly District. I'm also chair of the Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, Asian Legislative Caucus, and I work for Al Taylor.
I work for her. Listen, put your thumb up, Bill, when I freeze, so I know that I'm frozen.
Okay, you're not frozen yet, so keep going. Keep going.
So, you can tell us, you already gave us that part. Yeah. Do me a favor, tell us about the Adirondacks that people don't know, other than that it's about a nice cold ice place to go. Tell them about that.
So 150 miles from New York City is actually one of the largest deciduous forests. The forest, bigger than Yellowstone, bigger than all of the national state parks put together, and that's in upstate New York. And not only is it a beautiful forest, but it has a lot of Black history.
A lot.
So before Blacks could vote in New York State, they had to be property owners.
Yes.
So a gentleman, an abolitionist by the name of John Brown, said that he wanted an enclave of Black families to be able to vote. So he gave property to Black families up in the Adirondacks.
Bet y'all didn't know that, Real Talk.
Hundreds of thousands of acres of land for us so that we would be able to vote. So we've kind of lost our history because many people don't realize that this is our land up there in the Adirondacks. It's not just forest, not just hiking, but it's our land for us to be able to reclaim our history. And so the caucus, went up there to kind of learn about our history, and we're hoping that we can get a property of that land that we can name after the Black settlers. Timbuktu, the land that was also named in Africa, named up here in New York State, so that we can have to teach our history to our young people.
So, Madam Chair, this space is available.
Yes.
Anytime you need Bill Foster. I'm making it look like I'm really important, but Bill Foster is the one that's making it go down. I'm his co-host once a month, Mondays, but we want to push that out a little bit more. And I know there's a lot of communication going on in the chat. We'll come back and we'll have a whole discussion just on that alone. Did you know the Black people were running the state of New York? And when I was driving up there, I was like, what was this sister thinking about when she told us?
And let me just interject real quick. Thank you so much for just telling us that people are saying they didn't even know that. And dealing with racial issue, critical theory. Apologize, excuse me. I'm losing. My tongue got tied. What is it?
Critical race theory.
Critical race theory. Thank you. My wife had to hold me down for that. it's so important that you just explain that to us, because a lot of times we don't know historical landings and places of knowledge, and that is the problem. We need to learn more about where we are accepted, or our history comes from. So I appreciate you giving us knowledge, and you're always welcome back to come and educate
It's funny
us.
because
Please.
people think about Rosewood and Oklahoma.
Yes, yes. You froze, Al.
So much, Assemblywoman. I appreciate you. And folks, know that we're going to come back. We're going to double down. So that'll be the conversation in March. If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it again. I am Al Taylor, the AKA Little Host, with my big brother Bill Fonte here. And we're doing Real Talk Chronicles. It's been a ball, y'all, but the clock on the wall said that's all. I didn't make that up. That was Frankie Crocker. 2 steps to the rear, and I'm out of here.
Thank you. Yo, listen, everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. That is Assemblyman Al Taylor. Where do you get this many legislators that come out, and Al brought them out and had them talk? He represented a lot of districts. Listen, he'll bring them back during the upcoming administration. We have so much more to give you. The beautiful thing about it is it's Real Talk, and this is the only place where you're going to get it. Al,
It's Real Talk.
When you coming back home?
It'll be tomorrow night or first thing Wednesday morning. There's some things on my schedule, but I am so honored to have had my colleagues join you. If you don't know who represents you, please look it up. Find out who they are, because when we come in this room, we're humans, and we have a mission to represent our communities, but collectively, we represent the entire state, and no one can get ahead without the other. It's a fight. It's a struggle. The idea is to fight hard, strong, and clean, and disagree without becoming disagreeable. And listen, come here. I gotta bring my young sister on, right? As we were closing, right? Put that right there. We'll put that right there. When I talk to you about 69% of the women, thank you, Wendy, for the documentation, are 69%, there's 69 women in the two bodies together. I want to introduce my good friend, and she's a new member, a new mommy, and a legislator from Brooklyn. You got 30 seconds to say your name, where you're from, and what you hope to accomplish. That's Bill Foster, my partner in Real Talk Chronicles. You're on.
Hi, I'm Ferris from Forest, representing 8057 in Brooklyn, representing Prospect Heights, Clinton Hill, Fort Greene Park, and Crown Heights and Bed-Stuy. My goal is really to make sure that people who work 9 to 5 are represented. As a nurse, as a person who has worked multiple jobs, Uber, wash people's bathrooms, I want to inspire people to understand that not politics is about just talking, it's about representing, and to let them know that somebody's here that looks like them, and if I could be here, they could be here too. So it's a beautiful thing.
You froze. I love it. I love it.
But listen, I'm telling you, there's much more to come. Next month, you don't want to miss this. Tell a friend, tell somebody. But get on horn. Thank you. Bless you, my sister.
Al,
I got
Al,
one more. Wait,
let
out of time.
Al, let them see your face before you get out of here. There you go,
Okay,
Al.
Hold on. We got
Somebody
one more.
else?
Tell them who you are, where you're from, and who you represent.
I'm Anna Kellis from upstate New York.
She froze, Al. Go ahead. Let her go off mic. Thank you. Go ahead.
But tell them what you hope to accomplish in 30 seconds or less in this legislative 2022.
We have so much to accomplish to protect our people, to protect our planet. I am working on a bill to make the entire fashion industry sustainable. With the fashion industry, they want it themselves. They're working with me. I am working on cryptocurrency mining operations in upstate New York because they are taking over upstate.
Right.
We have to be the cryptocurrency capital, but we need to do it smart. And we need to make sure that it doesn't completely destroy our natural resources at the same time. So we have to be intelligent about it. Cryptocurrency mining, we don't need. Cryptocurrencies are a really great bill called Earned Time Act, which is finally going to give people the opportunity.
Everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. Where are you going?
For good behavior.
Good. Awesome. You are always welcome back. You are always welcome back.
We gotta come back, have that conversation again. This is my leader, my good friend, my
Bill
big brother,
Foster.
Bill
Nice
Foster.
to see you.
And this is
Nice
Real
to
Talk
see you.
Chronicles. Don't
You're
talk
always
about it.
welcome back.
I appreciate you 100%. We're gonna do this and do it well again with more information. Listen, folks, you guys have been listening. You heard it firsthand. No filtered down, not water.
No
It's Real
chaser.
Talk. It is
No
what it
chaser.
is.
Now, all of a sudden, you're freezing. Everybody, that's Assemblyman Al Taylor. Let me tell you something. Al, we love you, brother. I appreciate you. Go do what you got to do. Let them know you represent Harlem,
Thank you
baby.
so much, man. And we'll talk offline in a couple of days.
Absolutely.
All right.
Go ahead.
If you're listening, big shout out. Happy birthday to Cordell Clear, the New York 30th Senatorial District Senator. Happy birthday to you. We're going to see you real soon at that birthday celebration. And real talk is, let me say this on the way out. I'm not begging. I'm just saying, if you want to get something good, invest in it. I am running for re-election. I will be announcing that next week with the Speaker Carl Hasty, with our Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin, and so many more of my colleagues are coming together. I need to raise $100,000 yesterday.
Al, let me just say this: whenever you want to come back on, we'll do a special edition, and we'll let you come out and just do your presentation, and then we'll just close it like that. Hit it with that.
Okay, that's what it is. I appreciate it. Wendy, thank you so much for driving this thing and making it all happen. Malika, I look forward to getting a couple of those calendars. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you, everybody. Al, I'll close it out for you. Thank you,
Everybody
Al.
be blessed.
Absolutely, everybody. That was Assemblyman Al Taylor. This is Real Talk Chronicles. Listen, you already saw what went down. What man gives you that kind of all those people, right? And let you know how it goes down. This show was sponsored by Soft Illusions Art Gallery. This is my wife's business, one of her businesses. It's a legitimate art gallery. It's no pop-up. This is an official gallery. Her mother is the artist, Diane E. Vaughn, the artist. So we Al still here?
Yeah,
Al coming back?
Listen, if you don't have one of those, you just dead wrong. Put it on the Christmas, exactly. Go to the stock and let's support Black business. Don't talk about it, be about it. Listen.
Thank you, Al. Appreciate Al came back to just give him that, baby.
Al.
Exactly. So, yo, listen, that's what we doing right here, everybody. I never knew how to endeavor. Thank you, Al. Yo, listen, everybody, Al is killing it out there. Al is out there. I can't wait to hear next month what he has to say and what they've changed and what legislations they are writing to make this world a better place. We need that. This is so good. Yeah. I love you, brother. I appreciate you so much, man. Definitely. You know, you freezing there. Good.
You and your team and the great minds that sat around with this idea to create this, you pushed or you birthed a platform of communication that otherwise would not have existed. So I am grateful for you and your team to do that. Let's let it soar and put it where it is, on the table. I'm nothing without you, and we're nothing without each other. It's all of us together in unity. UNITY. I'm not going to sing it because it'll get a little...
But I'll bust a move for you.
And listen, folks, if you don't need a camera, if you don't need a calendar, support and buy one and give it to someone. Be a blessing.
Grab bag, anything. And the bottom line is the colors. What do they don't even say watercolors. Listen, we posted up like that. It is just so beautiful. Yes, sir.
They can buy one and give it to me. I'm just saying,
How about that?
And when you're praying and you run out of people to pray for me.
Listen, and then the beautiful thing is, once the calendar goes, once the month goes, you can rip it off and frame it. How about that?
We're gonna charge y'all for that. No, y'all got to pay extra for that. No, let
me
stop.
You go.
Listen, I got to go, man. God bless you. Love you all. Malika,
enjoy yourself, brother.
Bill, take it easy.
Take care. Love you, brother. Appreciate you. Yo, wow. What was that? Malika Foster. I'm gonna need a mouse pad. Let me go on your site right now. She got that too. We got it on my side. That was Stefania. Stefania said. She says, "What's up, Barbara Jean? My DC Connect, my people right there." She said, "What is Malika's website? I would love to order some calendars." Malika, you want to put it in the chat room right now?
Sure will.
Here you go. I'm gonna let Malika put it in the chat room right now. Go ahead.
I'm on your page.
Oh, she's on the page, so she's gonna put it in. Everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster. That was my co-host, Assemblyman Al Taylor. He is in Albany right now, where everybody of importance is, and that's what they're doing right now. So I don't know if Al is trying to come back. Is Al, you trying to come back, or you just didn't log off? I'll leave him there. Maybe I'll remove him again and see what happens. Al, if you're trying to come back on, let me see your face. So this is what we're doing. Everybody, this is the only show that's giving you congressmen, legislators, assemblymen, council people, right? We're giving you first top-notch doctors. We're giving you law enforcement personnel that have done it. And you get me, all that and everything. We're getting you industry. Allison Williams, she'll in the new upcoming year, she'll bring people on in the industry life, maybe just to talk about their platforms and their walk of lives. This is a beautiful, like this show tonight was sponsored by my wife and her business, Soft Illusions Art Gallery. Her and her mother, they're co-owners. It's a real gallery. It's not a joke. If you look at the wall paintings, it's beautiful. If it's something, these calendars, you can order them. You can give them to people. If you take the picture, the month, starting with the first month is January. Let me get it. And that's my month. So y'all already know how we get down, right? This is the color for January. Okay? Pretty as shit. Just pretty like me, your host. You know what I'm saying? This is the color. January. After January goes into February, you can take this off and put it in a frame. Listen, you got different months. Let me just go to another month. I don't know. Somebody give me a birthday month, right? It's another color.
Go to June and July.
Go to June and go. That was April. Look, ooh, look at June. No, that's July. My bad. Your fault. My mistake. Look at July. Come on. Malika, she's doing it, but she's over there working because this is what we do. We're a power couple when we out here making it happen. You know what I'm saying? We just trying. Oh, look at August. Colors are sick, yo. Look, Al, beautiful. Just like you. If you're in August, that's a beautiful color.
I have to put you on payroll.
Yeah, you should.
Put some hours on the calendar for you.
September.
Purple.
Right? That's Malika's favorite color. So, Barbara, you said July is your birthday month? That's what's up. Okay, look at October. This beautiful color. I don't know what it is. I ain't gonna try to describe it.
It's a bunch of colors.
Okay, yeah. Don't let my tongue get tied.
Abstract.
It's abstract. Listen, there's different styles. How long have you been in business, hon?
11 years.
11 years. Yo, I know what I was doing when I married her. I'll tell you about that one day. You know what I'm saying? What is this? November. Woohoo. Wait a minute. Let me get to October. Where's October? That was her color, October. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? So listen, everybody, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster. We will not be here Wednesday. I am sorry about that. I have an important meeting with some other stuff that I'm doing. I can't get away from it. I know Kevin and Chuck, they're going to be all over the country, but I'm sure they're happy that we're not able to do this. I'll be back next Monday. Unless something devastating or colossal happens in the world, I'll go live. I'll come on. But otherwise than that, this is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster. Malika, that's my wife, Malika Forster. She's in the corner. Let them see your face. There, give it some. Give the drummer some. Yeah, and this is Real Talk with Assemblyman Al Taylor. Thank you, Al Taylor, for what you did. Thank you, Wendy, for staying on Al's derriere. Appreciate you. We'll talk offline. Stefania, oh my God, no Wednesday? No, Stefania, no Wednesday. And it might be the last Wednesday of the month unless I can work some schedule out for something next Wednesday. For the thing that's the 15th. So I'm trying to find out my schedule right now, and the holidays is coming up. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Everybody, good night. Love you all. Appreciate the support. Share it. Subscribe to it. Tell a friend. It's real talk. All right. Knock it off. Haha. See you soon.